which I'm just going to let you lay it out here. Explain what you ask voters.
Well, so we noticed that there was a number of candidates running for office who were either accused of sexual misconduct or domestic violence. And we were curious, well, what is the actual voter appetite for a candidate who has those accusations in his background? And so we tested a number of different attributes, whatever you want to call them, negative attributes, to see if these would be major problems
like
for voters.
A felony, a major crime arrest.
Sexual misconduct, domestic violence, homophobic remarks, anti-Semitic remarks, racist remarks. And what you can see here is it's a major problem across the board for felony major crimes, sexual misconduct, domestic violence, less so anti-Semitism, racist, and homophobic remarks. But if you break it down by party identification on the responses, that's where things get super interesting. So, you know, felony major crime for Republicans, Democrats, roughly the same. Domestic violence, now we're starting to see some splits there. 67% of Republicans say it's a major problem, 81% of Democrats. Where it really begins to split is as you go further down. Anti-Semitic remarks, look at that. 47% of Republican respondents said it would pose a major problem if a candidate had an anti-Semitic remark. 71% of Democrats. Racist remarks, even bigger split. Homophobic remarks, 25%, only 25% of Republicans said it would pose a major problem for them if a candidate had that in his or her background. And so it just goes to show you the appetite of the parties for different types of candidates. Obviously, there's some high-profile Senate candidates this year running for office who do have these problems in their backgrounds. But in the context of a GOP primary, not much of a problem.
Joe, so, you know, the question I have for you is, what does this tell you? I mean, and is it an opportunity for Democrats, or are social norms so broken down that it's kind of the Wild West out there?
Well, it seems to me that Democrats have so many opportunities to show just how out of the mainstream Republicans are, not only in a lot of their legislation, in protecting the richest of all Americans, but also in their viewpoints about what America means. That it is the nation that has a Statue of Liberty at the head of New York Harbor, that we are a nation of immigrants, that we are a diverse nation, and that our diversity has always made us powerful, and also that we are a nation that has turned its back on our original sin, and we keep moving towards being a more perfect union. But Willie Geist, when you see, and this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the show, that 2022 is really going to be a referendum, not on Joe Biden. It's going to be a referendum on the Republican Party and the future of the Republican Party, especially when you look at some of the people that are running in the primary and some of the horrific things that they are saying. I mean, you just look at this number from Sam's poll. Only 38% of Republicans think that people uttering racist remarks are a roadblock, are a serious roadblock for the election. So only 38% think that it's a major problem. Less than half of Republicans believe that uttering anti-Semitic remarks, spewing anti-Semitic remarks, are a serious problem and a roadblock to being elected. That tells you a large chunk of the Republican Party right now, a large chunk of the Republican base are well, I'm not exactly sure what word I've been using the word fascist for some time, that there is a fascist strain in the Republican Party for at least a third or so of those members.
Yeah, those numbers are just extraordinary. Jonathan and I were looking here with our eyes popping at it, but perhaps we shouldn't be surprised because of the last 6 or 7 years. So much of that has been given cover by former President Donald Trump. You can say and think the things you're in public that you were saying and thinking in private, and now we see it showing up in polls. And you're right, some of the members of Congress right now, especially some of the newer members of Congress, who say the most extreme, the most racist, the most homophobic things are the ones who raise the most money. And yes, they're in districts where that works, in some places that doesn't work in more moderate places. But the more extreme, the better, it appears, for some members of Congress and people running this year, Jonathan.
Yeah, I mean, these numbers numbers are just eye-popping and in the worst possible way. Racism, only 38% think that's a problem. 25% homophobia. Those are staggering numbers. And it does show when Donald Trump first came onto the scene, 2015, 2016, part of the pitch was we're not going to be politically correct anymore. Right. And some people said, oh, okay, that makes sense. But for a lot of people, it was giving license to these deep, dark, really twisted thoughts of racism and homophobia, anti-Semitism, misogyny, and others. And now we are seeing that in the Republican primaries, candidates are not being penalized for having those beliefs. And we are seeing some, like Herschel Walker, the Senate candidate of Georgia, some really troubling things in his background, yet he is, according to a recent poll, way ahead. So